Um, I am continuing to use the "What Are the Flying Monkeys" uh, meme on my show. What are flying monkeys and how narcissists use them to torment their victims? I have that up there, not just for narcissists, but for other kinds of toxic people. A lot of times, people with either personality disorders or mental illness are often master manipulators, master controllers, and they often control through emotion and humiliation. Those who seek to humiliate you will then do other things to hurt you as well. On average, not 100 percentile. But those who wish to harm you, whether it is with words or with physical punishment or with physical, it's something you need to avoid. And I used to believe that human beings were logical, and we're not. We are social human beings, and logic comes out of being social and hearing other people's opinions, and then you gain logic and knowledge. But I'm just reminded that there are people who are very emotional and very ready to attack you personally, not your ideas, but you as a person, to invalidate you as a human being. And again, my show doesn't get that many listens. I am, by the way, I have 3 Twitter, or what they call now X pages. I have and a YouTube channel, Transparency and Merit, which is this one. I also have Transparency and Merit on Twitter. I have Mr. Midnight Movie, and I also have Walk Against the Woke, which is Walk Woke. And you can listen through those places as well. And perhaps there are people that are. And both the left and the right can be emotional, and they can both have people with personality disorders and with toxic behavior. I just believe that the left far more enables toxic behavior to go unpunished, and also punish people who stand up to toxic behavior. This was very apparent in 2020 when we had lockdowns and we were told to stay inside, with the exception of BLM protests on account of George Floyd. And you, at that time, could not suggest an alternative narrative. And if you did, you were roundly punished. And it seemed to be, I don't know what the exact term is, but I think someone called it mass formation psychosis, because these people seemed almost unhinged with their sayings. It was hyperbolic and some of the most cornball stuff I've ever seen in my lifetime, as far as mass people saying things. And they were saying chants, and again, it seemed like a cult, and it seemed like an egocentric cluster B cult. And I'm not the one who came up with those words, by the way. There's someone else who noticed, and he's saying personality disorders. I'm just saying behaviors, cluster B style of behavior. And I did my last Stoic Calm show caught the attention of whom I believe to be a very toxic person. And I'm not going to go into the things that this person has done to other people, because I don't necessarily want to bring that out to light. But again, I see him as a toxic person. I hope he goes away, and there are people who say that I should just ignore him. But to me, it's kind of a life lesson that there are people out there. Anytime you try to do something that is either for yourself, for the benefit of yourself, or for the benefit of humanity, there is someone out there to try to clip your wings and take you down. And I mean, they're there. And sometimes they're telling certain forms of truth. You almost want to say, what is the point of their truth? It's to hurt you. It's not to enlighten you. It's not to be good to you. It's to hurt you. And for whatever reason, what I say so offends this person that he feels the need to do me harm, emotional harm. And again, when someone does that, the first thing that you should do is look to flee or resist that person. On this channel, which is mine, on my Twitter page, which is mine, I plan on resisting. If it gets bad enough, I would flee and go to another direction. But if I flee, I'm going to try to fortify a home base. Hopefully I don't have to. But there are places on social media where I fled, and where I choose not to speak my piece or my mind, because people out there want to attack the places that you work and attack you economically to hurt you. And this has been common amongst the left, and they have been able to mobilize. I want to say hello to High Ridge Estates, but they've been, as I said before, they've been able to mobilize in an effective way. I wish those that opposed the woke left would have mobilized in the same way, because I think that there is more of them than there are the woke left. I just think that they are, I guess what you could say, mechanized to gain power. And if we could do the same with our money and our dollars, a lot of these Fortune 500 companies that depend on your currency, and not just in America, but throughout the civilized world. My hope would be that sometimes a social gathering would get together and say, if my speech doesn't exist, my humanity, my ideas in my mind don't exist, then why should any amount of my currency exist? And I will find other alternatives. to be respected. And that's the way it's going today. We are not respected as human beings. And the hyperbolic do not respect you. And I'm looking at Twitter right now. Elon Musk is trending. And he's mentioning a situation about the border crisis. There seems to be a large influx of migrants that are coming across. And it's kind of an importation of poverty because they are primarily economic migrants. And they're going to affect the poor the most with regards to housing and medical care. Things may even go up for the, for even the upper middle class. Medical bills and other things are going to continue to increase. Inflation will continue to increase with this influx of migrants. And then also whites is trending. And again, there is a level of hypocrisy out there that only, I guess, for the most part, only white people can be stigmatized as racist. And they say, the leftist whites say that whites have to, acknowledge certain things. And again, I say this as a human being. I am my history begins at the moment of my fertilization and will end with my death. Anyone who treats me differently should be considered an enemy of mine. I also tweeted out something. If blacks built America and made it the economic powerhouse that it is, why didn't the blacks in Brazil make a place even better than America? After all, there were more black slaves in Brazil than in America. And someone said that's like saying Steve Jobs created the iPhone. Why didn't Croatians develop something similar? You think sharing a skin color makes you the same dumbass? And then I asked a question to him. So were you saying blacks in America, are they better than the blacks in Brazil? And his comments, are white Americans better than Croatians? And I responded, as far as culture and standard of living, yes, Croatia is a very violent place, and not necessarily has a very good standard of living. And doesn't that make white Americans better? Croatians, okay. Doesn't that make white Americans better? Croatians would have better standard of living if they went around the planet killing and robbing for the resources. Same for all Eastern Europeans. The West thriving isn't due to superiority. You all just had access to more. And I just said, you have a childish, myopic, and comic book view of the world. You're just an egotist who cannot see past their own nose. So without and then he goes on to say, without colonization, where would your ancestors be? And I asked, what is the difference between colonization and conquest? All groups practice slavery and the conquest ethic. And my point about that is, I believe there are people that disagree with me. About this issue, but I believe that conquest is part of human nature. People by nature will practice the I think that animals in general, and I'm a human animal, practice the conquest ethic, and justice and morality sometimes don't have anything to do with it. We strive for that, but we also the strong extract from the weak, and the weak surrender what they must. And right now, the left is strong, and they don't want. They don't want. They don't want to be debated with. Particularly, I would say the woke left. They don't want. They don't want discussion. They want obedience, and they will punish those who resist. If you become too big, you will see them punish you in more ways than one. Anyway, I want to just end this saying, hi, Ridge Estates. Thank you for coming on to my show this early. And I strive to be diplomatic, although, I'm a human being. I'm not a perfect person. And much of anger comes from a self-righteous place. Anyway, like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. That goes for my Twitter page as well. Again, on my Twitter pages as well, I have Transparency and Merit, YouTube, Transparency and Merit, Twitter, Mr. Midnight Movie, Twitter, and Walk Woke. Thank you for listening.